Good afternoon, Dave here. Coming up to another day 9 of the coronavirus lockdown. Right now I'm at the in the drive-thru of not sure if you can see that.
Yes, sir. What can I get for you?
Let me have the half chicken. The combo.
What would you like for the two sides?
On both sides would be black beans.
With corn tortillas, flour half and half, or chips?
I'm sorry?
With corn tortillas, flour half and half, or chips?
Oh, just corn all the way.
For the drink?
The drink would be a Coke. Can I have some chile serrano and some of that green sauce?
Okay, no problem. Anything else?
That should do it.
It'll be 11:36. You gotta drive forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Getting some disturbing news. Hopefully I can get this thing out. Hopefully I can get this video out before this commences. I should. Hopefully I should be able to finish it later on tonight. Disturbing news. I have that on the phone here. I had it on the phone. President Trump has said that within the next 2 weeks it's going to be very painful because it's going to be the peak season of the coronavirus. It's expected to kill, right now it's at 100,000 people dead already. It's expected to kill way over 200,000. And it's not just the people in New York, it's all over the United States. I feel that I've been protected because I take my vitamins. I've been taking, and I was lucky to find vitamin A. Vitamin A is a very scarce vitamin. It's like everybody found out about vitamin A and everybody bought it, and it's like very, very hard to get. Luckily, I was able to find 2 bottles of it. I found these at CVS, vitamin A. These are very important. I'm gonna pay for my food here in a little bit. It's saddening because these people didn't deserve to die and have their lives ripped away. Maybe a lot of people might start thinking, well, what am I doing out on the road? Well, under the under presidential petition 21, that states that with the exception of law enforcement, firemen, people with public service duties, also essential workers like me, that I work at the farm, and I'm usually at the farm all night long. So I just got my food. I'm gonna drive away and head over to the ranch, which I'm lucky I should be there on time anyway. It's gonna be almost 6 o'clock. As I was saying, I'm one of those essential workers. Now, naturally, I had previous law enforcement experience. I was a deputy sheriff for 35 years. Retired at 35 years, but I'm not a cop right now. I'm a farmer now. Oh, I desperately need to shave. Damn. It broke people's system away, pretty much. Because, I wonder if I'll make the light. No. Dang it. Okay. So, it breaks the people's normal operating system. You know, we're kind of sort of like computers. We're almost predictable. In the mornings when I get off of work, I would go to the Gold Gym, go and exercise. Even though I wouldn't exercise that much because I'm still overweight. I understand I'm overweight, but I would still go and exercise, do a little bit of exercise until I pretty much get tired pretty quick. But look, I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. You know, I'm not Mr. America like, what's his name, like Arnold Schwarzenegger or you know, those other famous people. Just an ordinary guy, ordinary person. Man, this light's taking so long. Anyways, it broke my system, pretty much. It's probably no big deal in comparison to what other people are having in their lives. They're probably suffering. A lot of people are in anguish. They lost a family member. This is just something that shouldn't have never been brought to us. But I guess war was inevitable. Except I think. Oh, anyways, I'm getting way too forward. Anyways, I do a little bit of exercise, do a little bit of the swimming, 50 laps in the swimming pool. You get in the jacuzzi, relax. So by the time I was done, I usually get out around by 8:30. You know, mind you, I left at work at 6 and got here by 6:12, 6:15, the latest. And stayed in there till about 8:30. I would meet up with some friends, and sometimes we just go out and just get a small breakfast. For him, it's okay. For him, it's okay, but for me, it wouldn't suit me very well because I gotta go home and go to sleep. I go home and go to sleep all freaking day long. I don't even know what the hell happens during the day's events. Just to wake up around 4:30, 5 o'clock to come pick up some dinner and maybe wash the truck and head on back to work. Do the whole usual thing all over again. So, that's me. Now, that's where I would tell you that it broke my system. I can no longer go to Gold Gym. The Gold Gym is closed down. The government ordered all gyms and restaurants and who knows how many else shut down so that we wouldn't have to be so close to other people. They seem to have the assumption that as long as we have a social distance away from everybody, this coronavirus will go away. But it's not going away. It's not going away. Hundreds and thousands of people are dying every day. So that little method that they said might help, if you really think about it, it just might help. If that person, see, that's what I hate about this virus. It's a biological warfare. It's a weapon. It was made in China, and I probably wouldn't be surprised that some deviant political leader that we might have up in Washington might have helped them finance it. This might have been done by our own tax dollars. And you got to realize that a lot of people hate Trump. And a lot of people hate Trump that they want to bring him down. and they want to bring them down, they'll use any means necessary, like what's happening right now. The economy is breaking apart. The economy is totally in shams right now. And that's what the Democrats want. That's what Pelosi and all them other people want. They want to see our president fail. That's the problem. They couldn't get him impeached, so they go to plan 2. That's the only thing I can think of. Why the hell would China be trying to make war against us? Or pretty much, why? See, China, the president or the minister, I don't know what the hell he is over there. He must have a grudge against us, or he must have a grudge against our president, because somebody made this virus. Someone made this virus. This is not. I don't care what the news media might say. The news media will tell you whatever you want to believe. Mainstream media up to now, and Trump has proven it, that they are fake news. Fake news. And if you haven't gone into CNN, MSNBC, CBS, you'll notice that all they want to do is talk negatively about President Trump. Negatively. I haven't seen a single positive thing that they've said for the president of the United States. And they're upset because nobody can control Trump. He's not an Obama puppet. That's the difference. They cannot control him. He wants to do the good thing for the people, but yet the people, and I think most of the Democrats, have their brains washed so badly that they hate him. And some of them I even spoke to before on Facebook, and some of them have even told me, you know what? I can't understand why I even hate him, but I just hate him. It's just because you're so brainwashed, you're in an environment where everybody hates him, then you have to hate him also. Because you're brainwashed. Now, I don't know if this is the perfect president. Nobody has a perfect president. Look what happened to Bill Clinton. All those sex scandals and all that stuff. And he got away with it. He got away with start clean. He's got a freaking pension. He still has Secret Service people around him. He got away with it. He didn't care. Same with his wife. I don't know what the deal is with his wife, other than that she had some private email servers or something like that. I don't know anything else about her. To me, she used to be a nice lady, or she is a nice lady, but I'm not saying that I support her, but she wants to run for politics. That's fine. I don't got a problem with her. She's a nice lady. In my definition, Hillary's a nice lady. Excuse me, I gotta pause this. Okay, I'm done puking. Let's change the conversation. The coronavirus, I'm convinced, and you, the American people, need to do the research. Not only you, the American people, but all the people that have countries that are free. The Philippines, Italy, Spain, Europe. Do the research, people. Do the research. There's something going on here. This is a biological weapon. It's made so that the Chinese government can take over your country without destroying a single house. They just want to get rid of you. They don't want to destroy your land, destroy your cities, destroy your technology. They just want to destroy you. Get rid of you, and that's it. That way they can take over. They would be the reign. They would be the the king of the world, they want to get rid of you. They seem to not like us for some reason. I don't think it's got everything to do with Trump. They want to invade the whole world. And I don't blame the Chinese people. I don't think the Chinese people have any idea what's going on either. This is the Chinese government, not the Chinese people. Don't hate the people. Don't hate the people that live there. I'm sure a lot of them are very, very good people. And a lot of them might be bad people. But I'm sure they were not responsible for this coronavirus. I'm sure they weren't. These people were not involved. Don't blame the people of China. Blame their government. Blame the sinister scientists and maybe even some of our leaders here in the United States that are maybe in cahoots with these scientists in China to invent this virus to destroy America so that they can make President Trump look bad. A lot of the speeches in the past, if you look at the research, a lot of the speeches in the past have said, I would prefer to destroy this country than to see Trump as president. Look at that. I just said something that some of the leaders have said in the past. Everybody from those Muslim Congress ladies, what was the first thing one of those Congress ladies said? Oh, we're going to get this son of a bitch out of office. That's one of the first things she said when she was elected as a congresswoman. You think she won't go to the extent of finding some way to get a drug, to get a virus, This particular type of virus is different from any type of strain. This is a time capsule. It's like, for example, if I'm coming up to some people and I would shake their hand, that person has been infected with the coronavirus. He doesn't know it. He doesn't know that he was infected. He might have been with somebody that was already infected with the virus, but maybe that third person didn't even know it either. But that person's time clock is running out. 14 days. 14 days, a person will start seeing certain symptoms come around, depending on their immune system. 14 days, people will start getting certain symptoms, coughing, shortness of breath, maybe even sweating. They're gonna confuse it to a common cold. In the meantime, they're still touching and saying hi to everybody, even though the government has said use social distancing. That's still not gonna happen. The guy is so confident that he probably just had the common cold. You know, he's probably gonna come up to his wife. Honey, I just have a common cold. Don't worry about it. Give me a kiss. There goes the kiss. Now the wife is infected. Now the wife's time clock starts at 0. But this guy's time clock is already on the 13th day. 14th day already when he's showing symptoms. You see what I'm trying to tell you? The people from America and all the world, the Chinese were smart. And I'm saying the Chinese government, they were smart. They infected millions of people. They infected millions of people, but their clock were starting to run out. A lot of these people were given the opportunity to travel in the airlines. They got their ticket. They infected the women from the airport. They boarded their airplanes, going to Italy, going to Spain, going to Europe. They infected everybody that was around them. Everybody. With the exception of maybe the pilot, because the pilot is sealed up in a door. But I wouldn't be surprised if this virus went airborne, because they're sealed up in a tube. That's all it is. It's an airline cabin. We're breathing the same air that's being recycled, it's being recycled. So they're probably breathing the same air of the guy that's probably coughing, that's probably having just a small cold. Like, everybody gets a common cold, and it's no big deal. Nobody makes a big thing about it. But the time is ticking. He's touching everybody. He's touching the materials. He's touching the airline seats, the plates, the food that he's eating. He arrives to his destination, which is Spain or Italy. He's got family members or employers, and hey, I came back with a little bit of a cold, hey, and hugs and kisses and blah blah blah. He already infected those people. You see what I'm talking about? It's a time virus. It'll go inside your body, but it'll stay there, and it'll slowly start organizing the way to get you completely sick. Now, for those of you that have a strong immune system, those things will die. It's what I heard in the news. People with strong immune systems will survive this virus, but those who don't, they die. They become a statistic. They become one of those that President Trump said 200 people have died within the past 2-3 months that this thing started. I don't like to talk about negative things, but I need to wake the people up in both the United States, the Philippines, Malaysia, all those countries that the governments love their people. China is not your friend. And I'm not talking about the Chinese people. You can be friends with them. Nothing wrong with them. It's their government that's trying to do a world genocide, pretty much. They want to get rid of everybody, but they don't want to destroy your houses or your land or your technology. They want that. They want to destroy you only. And unfortunately, some of these politicians that we have today will probably even protect them. Because some of them say, you know what? Okay, we had 500,000 that got killed with this virus. It was determined that it probably wasn't your fault, when we know it was. But they will say that it wasn't China's fault, and they will tell the mainstream media tell the mainstream media that it wasn't China's fault, and mainstream media will convince the American public that it wasn't China's fault. You see how they like to manipulate people's minds? Mainstream media will make sure that China was made innocent. And naturally, people just want to live in peace. I don't want to go to war against China, because I know that going to war against China, a lot of Chinese people will die. Innocent people that had nothing to do with this coronavirus. We need to strike at the government, not at the innocent people that live around there. But our government, I guarantee you, even though it's President Trump right now, and we all love him to death, I guarantee you that nothing's going to happen. China will just get away with it and pretty much sit back and laugh and say, I killed 500,000 people around the world. And due to the fact that I've got allies that are political leaders in the United States and in other countries, they'll convince the people that it wasn't my fault. And they'll sit back and laugh at us. Because our stupidity in voting into these democratic leaders that are in cahoots with China. It's all I have to say, other than the fact that you people in the world, you grew up from a baby. You might have had hard times or you might have had good times, but you survived to adulthood and you enjoyed your life. You got married, you had your kids, you went on trips, you went to church, you had different beliefs, and now all of that has to come to an end. Your life has to be ripped away from your family, because you will never see your family ever again on earth as a human. You will never see them again because somebody wanted to play politics with your life. We are pawns on this earth when it's got to do with the life of politics. We are pawns. We are there so that the government can say, let's try out this chemical and see what effect it does to the people. If they start dying, then hey, we got ourselves a good biological weapon here. We are pawns, and we are the people that are pay the taxes, which is one of the three things. You die of a heart attack, you pay your taxes, and I can't remember the third one. Anyways, do not become a pawn. Do not become a pawn. Protect yourself. One of the key ingredients that I know of, that I can probably stand myself, because I don't have a very strong immune system, but I can tell you that I'm taking my vitamin A, my vitamin B and C, and I'm taking a natural herb called Echinacea. I will show you the bottle. Those are components that make your immune system strong. And as long as it makes your immune system strong, that virus can go in there and try to dig into you and try to make you weak, and you'll be coughing and like what I'm doing now. I don't have the coronavirus, but it'll make you weak, it'll make you sick, but you're gonna live. You're gonna live so that you can be able to see your grandkids. You're gonna live so you'll be able to return to a normal life, even though the normal life that we have now is gone. It's gone. Life will not be normal for us anymore. But we have to stay alive. And I ask all of you to pray to our Lord God and ask us for forgiveness for all the things that we've done. We're not perfect people. We make mistakes. We all sin. We all sin one way or another. We all end up sinning somewhere or another. For as long as you don't violate the commandments of Moses, which were commandments of God, handwritten by God, the commandment that says, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery. If you've committed those, you should ask for forgiveness and never go back. And by never going back, the Lord will forgive you. Because believe me, when I'm telling you, we are living the last days. I didn't think it was possible, but I've had something that's been always bothering me since these past days, since the coronavirus. Maybe it's the stress, but I do believe that we're coming up to the last days. And Trump doesn't want you to panic. Trump doesn't want you to suffer. Our president is sort of lightly telling us to prepare. These next 2 weeks, as per the president, it's going to be the hardest. According to him, it's the most painful ones. I'm going to ask you the people of the world, the people in the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, the people of the United States, slowly but surely start gathering more water, start gathering food. If possible, try to buy yourself another small refrigerator. Buy yourself a portable electric generator, because there might be a time that there might be electricity that's gone, and since the fuel is not expensive right now, start buying some extra fuel for that generator, because I didn't think at the end of the world might come so soon. I thought I'd still live this whole lifetime and die, and my kids would still grow up and live their lifetime and die, and my great grandkids would still live their lifetime and die before the end of the world. But I'm starting to have a feeling that our president is warning us on something. He's telling us to stock up on food for 2 weeks, because mainly we're going into a nationwide quarantine. They don't want to see anybody outside. Probably not even law enforcement. Probably not even us farmers. I hate making this video long, but I wanted to stress the point. I wanted to press the point. People of the world, take care of yourself. Repent of all your sins. Repent of the sins that you might have left in you. Get down in the privacy of the corner of your house and pray to the Lord and ask for forgiveness for all the things that you might have suspected you might have done wrong. I mean, if you ran a red light, even tell him about the red light. You ran a stop sign, tell him about the stop sign. Make sure you come out with a clean bill. Because if worse gets to worse, the good thing about it is that the Lord will forgive you. And if it be necessary that your life might end and your spirit is transferred to the next realm, you can know in your heart that you will be saved. If you pray with a contrite spirit and a heart, and you know that God is God, He will forgive you. I leave you this day on the day 9th of the coronavirus lockdown. You all be safe, take care of your families, and stick together.